Go.
Greetings, UAW Local 31. This is Dante Wilson and our financial secretary,
Leo Carrillo.
You got to say your name, Leo.
Leo Carrillo.
Got to roll those L's. We are coming to you with the May executive update. Purpose of this, obviously, like we try to maintain, is to keep this membership informed of what's going on. Union meeting is the third Saturday. This is not a substitute for that. So, bring yourselves to a meeting. This is where all the business happens. But we believe that informed membership is a strong membership. So that's the purpose of this conversation that we try to do monthly, okay? So with no further ado, we'll get right into it. Welcome back. I know we had, if you're wow. If you're listening to this after the week of the 12th, then, we had our week in the plant, whatever that looked like for you. If you're watching this the week of, then welcome back. Hope everyone returned home safe. The purpose of that was obviously to make sure that we got in and restarted that clock for the TLO, the temporary leave of absence, or temporary layoff, excuse me. So that's important because that keeps all our benefits intact. There's no clock that runs on that. So that's an extremely, extremely important thing for all of us, okay? All of us, all of the seniority employees that are affecting that. So to that end, if you are still on unemployment after the week of the 12th, May 12th that is, then it is vital that you get the benefit information that we put out at the doors. It is attached to the shop update, but it is the last 2 pages of that. We are going to send a text. You probably already got the text if you're watching this after the week of the 12th, but we are going to make sure you get that information. It has vital information on how to claim your benefits, dates that you need to wait to, everything, okay? So if you did not get it for whatever reason, I'm sure it's online, and we are also going to send a PDF to your phone to make sure that you get that vital information about how to claim if you're still on Kansas unemployment benefits. If your benefits have exhausted, then you are on full sub. You just claim your sub, bombs away, right? You're obviously not going to receive sub for, more than likely for the week that we're working, that we did work, if it's past tense for you, because General Motors paid you. So anything after that, you're just going to keep chugging away on sub until your benefit year ends, which for some people is going to be the December time frame, and others is maybe somewhere in mid-January of 2026, if that's the case. All right. Now on the bill is a proviso. That's a fancy way of just kind of saying that we were able to slide some language in somewhere. Because it is not a full bill, it takes place June 1st. Okay, so we opted to do it that way because that got something on the books. It got us foot in the door. And if our second shifters have to stay out till till February or March, whatever the date it ends up being, right? Because we don't have a hard date yet, but February is what we were told, the 26th. If we have to stay out that long, that means our second shifters are going to have to claim or file for unemployment again. This bill will affect them when that happens, okay? And anybody else that henceforth after June 1st, which is just a couple more weeks, this will affect them. So very important thing. Again, I cannot express the gratitude to the people that, went up stomping on the Capitol floor to get this thing done. The folks that showed up to the rallies, that showed up to these, meetings and pressed these politicians. It showed really just our strength. The strength that this local can have when we stay together, stay as a cohesive unit, right? That don't happen but for everybody pulling a rope in the same direction. So I cannot express my gratitude enough on that. We do got a couple heavy items. I'll call them insurance items. So we're trying to get the roof done. We had an insurance inspection. We got knocked on a few things, okay? Most of those things are very small, petty things that, like, move a box, right? We had some holes in the parking lot that we can fill with some asphalt, but for the most part, this was an insurance company not wanting to pay out a claim. Point blank, period. So, with that, to that end, we're gonna have some high ticket things. We got some hard decisions that we got to make, especially as it relates to this office side of the building. The gym side of the building is in pretty good shape. It's a newer building. We had a roof done 6-7 years ago, so we're pretty good over there. But this office side, I mean, we just gotta have to make some really hard decisions. First of all, it's going to be the roof. The roof leaks just about everywhere when it rains at any decent clip. We cannot keep living like that, and it's violations of all kinds of safety, OSHA practices, and we can't get insurance anywhere once our current insurance runs out, right? Parking lot's going to just be, and to that end, we already have had some bids come, or some folks come through to do bids. We have not got those numbers back, but we will present those hopefully as soon as possible at the meeting and get that done. Parking lot, we had some folks to come out for that too. We're still working on getting some more bids, but it's just a matter of some patchwork, a few potholes out there. Relatively minor issue, to be honest. The doors, we did have some bids, I would say 4 years ago, to do some repair and replacement on all the perimeter doors in here. We did not execute that 4 years ago for whatever reason. They got to get done. They got to get repaired. They got to get replaced. We cannot be a commercial building with doors that do not operate safely. Thank you, Leo. So there is a new HVAC system, an HVAC company. Intico was the company that we used prior. They went out of business. So we migrated to a company called Cirrus. Luckily for us, it was some guys that worked at Intico that kind of went over there, so they were very familiar with our equipment. The price is pretty much the same. I think there might be some marginal difference between the two. So we have obviously coming up on summer, we had to make a decision there, so that's what we did there. The computer system that we have here, they're about 6 to 8 years old, which in any tech world might as well be 70 years, right? We're seeing a lot of issues with them, the memory and everything like that. Just functionality is pretty rough, as well as there is a
end of life of Microsoft.
Yep, Microsoft Windows 10 is end of life, so we got to upgrade that system as well. So to be honest, the new system, if we decide to go that route, new computers will already have that on there. So that's the conversation that we got to have, and we will have at our next meeting. But that is just more stuff that needs to be done out here. There's a few more other things that we could get into a little more private setting at the union meeting. We'll get into the details and the numbers and things like that. So third Saturday of every month, make sure you're there. That's where the actual business happens. But we wanted to take a little bit of time and kind of talk about the things that happen so everybody's a little informed here. We did start some parking lot striping. Our brother Vern Peterson and brother Nick Wolford were out kind of helping get that done. We are expanding the handicap slots, and we're going to look to do some spring cleaning around here too. So that'd be an opportunity for everybody to come out. If you just got a couple minutes, couple hours to donate and just come out here, pick up something, sweep something, we'll get that done too. Leo,
yeah,
I think it's your turn now.
All right. All right, brothers and sisters, Leo Carrillo here, Financial Secretary. Just to give you a little heads up, for the month of May, your dues, if you already had your sub dues taken out this month and you're working this full week here, the difference will be taken out the following week or the week after that for the month of May as part of your regular dues. So you'll just be paying your initial regular dues for the month of February. Some of it may be coming out as sub dues prior to that, and then the other difference will be coming out as regular dues. So just to give you a heads up for the month of May. Per the Financial Officers Conference, the International Union has developed a new membership department, and this is part of the monitorship that they've been directed to basically make sure that everybody has an opportunity to vote in the upcoming UAW International Presidential Election. So the big push here is just to make sure all your information is correct here at the hall, and you please keep us updated on all of that information. So that's a huge push that, like I said, they got a whole new department at International just dealing with membership information. So just a heads up on that. Other than that, probably just go over the financial reports for the last 2 months this next weekend. But
yep. So last but not least, we have a bunch of events coming up, and you guys got to forgive me because I absolutely do not remember the dates on those things right now. So give me a little bit of time. I'm sure they'll come to me. But the number one with a bullet there is the paint and sip. That is courtesy of the Women's Committee. That is going to be a paint and sip here at the hall. I believe it's May 31st. Thank you, Leo. Thank you, Miss Tanya. May 31st at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. There is a $10 entry. It's BYOB. Charcuterie trays are going to be available.
Please pre-register so that way we have a good count on who's going to be there to make sure we have enough supplies for everybody to participate.
Yep. So we're talking, easels, paint, some wine, I'm sure, and some good music. So just come out. Just a great time at the hall. Just kind of get out and fellowship.
BYOB. We're not giving you wine, but you can bring your own.
Yes. Well, Leo's not giving you wine.
Yeah.
The other one, we're gonna have the UAW Local 31 sponsor yard sale. That is going to have 249 involved. 710 is going to be involved. We're getting Kellogg out. We're asking all the unions to kind of come participate. We're going to host it here. If you are a vendor, if you have a business, if you just got a bunch of gently used items in your garage, please don't bring the junk.
Don't leave it here.
Right?
Right. Do not leave it here.
Yeah, and don't leave it here, because if you bring it here and leave it, then I don't know. We'll find you. Okay. So, but we're just gonna have a straight up yard sale. Again, if you have a business, come on out, get a table. There is a different price for inside. I think it's $30 if you want to be inside, and $20 if you want to set up outside. First come, first serve. We do have some tables. If you have your own table, that's ideal. Cash or check is payable to the hall, to this guy right here to my right, Leo Carrillo. I roll the R's, I do good.
Good job.
All right. So rain or shine, we're going to do it, right? If something happens and it rains, then we'll bring everybody inside and we'll work out, make sure everybody is made whole on that. But we're going to open this up to the public. We're hoping to just kind of make this a big blowout with as much union folks just kind of getting the ability to get some of those items out in one bazaar of sorts. All right. And then we got the union meeting. If this is after the 17th when you're watching it, it was a fantastic union meeting. You should have been there. If it's before the 17th when you're watching this, bring your tails to the union meeting. That is our place to have that conversation, those hard conversations sometimes, right? And sometimes it's just an excuse to get together, you drink some water and see your friends, right? We get to do both. Leo, anything before I shut it down?
Nope.
Last thing I got to say, guys, is just make sure you take care of yourselves. This world that we are living in right now, it can be pretty damn daunting, okay? 6 months ago, around this same part of the year, some really scary thing happened to me when I was walking out, getting off work, leaving this hall. I was lucky. And I don't say that frivolously, I don't say that flippantly. Sometimes we're not so lucky. and things can kind of drastically change our lives, man. And I don't want us to ever take this thing for granted. So I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna get all choked up here. It's usually Leo's job. But just know that no matter how tough it gets, no matter how hard it gets, we're gonna get through this. I know when we first started this unemployment thing, it felt like it was insurmountable. Well, we surmounted it. Okay? So don't give up. Don't give up on us. Don't give up on each other. That's what we're here for. Solidarity forever.